Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of everybody's favorite raunchy podcast. It is Gaming After Dark. I am your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Noof Nukem in the room, and as always, I'm back with my two esteemed colleagues, starting off with the man who brings the comment back to sense. Titan Drago is in the house. What's up, Titan?
What is up, everyone? Man, I'll tell you what, dude, this has been a crazy week. I've been playing Smite, of course. I'm almost a Masters player, like 2-3 games away. And then I've been playing Magic. Yes, Magic the Gathering. It's back. It's on iOS. I saw a Twitter advertisement for it. I downloaded it. It's really good. But just like with any fucking Magic game, they gotta piss me off because Two-Headed Giant isn't supported in the game, and it can't be supported apparently because I looked pretty deep into it. And if any of you Magic the Gathering players out there, I fucking love. Man, back in the 360 days, I don't know if any of you guys played Magic, Duels of the Planeswalkers. Let me know if you played that. Anyone in the chat, but I love Magic and fucking yeah, for some reason they're calling Two-Headed Giant a niche game mode, and I fucking hate that. So some good and some bad, I guess. What were you saying?
Yeah, well, I don't know about Magic the Gathering, but I'd be down for Naked Chicks the Gathering. I'll be all over that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the fuck Titan's playing.
Smite and Magic. I don't know, man. It's getting worse. Tony Baloney's going to have to rag him out.
Oh, tonight. Don't worry. I'm all over it.
Oh, next thing he's gonna fucking tell me he's been playing Fortnite nonstop. Jesus.
Well, actually, he was yesterday.
Oh Lord.
I play Fortnite a lot with the family. The wife loves it.
Yeah. Well, I saw you. I saw you, big googly eyes staring right down. I go, oh, look at Titan. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I play with my son, although he doesn't play with me anymore because now he refuses to. Because I bought him and my daughter what the hell is it called? The Nintendo Switch Lite. And so now they only play Fortnite on Nintendo Switch now. And I'm like, oh, that's it? You guys just abandon Xbox? And I'm like, all right, fine. Fuck you both. Go ahead. Bye.
Yeah. And officially introducing our other colleague, the middle-aged real gamer guy.
That's right.
What's up, man?
Yes. What's going on, Noof? Titan? Chat? You guys are awesome. I see a couple of super chats rolling in. Great. Love the support, folks. Noof will read them in a minute. But I wanted to just tell you what I've been doing. I got to tell you, I've been on this because of Game Pass, obviously. I have been on this indie streak from hell for like the last month. I have been just shredding indie game after indie game after indie because they keep dropping in Game Pass and they're really good. And I've been playing like Raji. I played Omno. I got completions on both those games. I finished The Ascent by myself, by the way, no team. I did that. What the hell else did I play? A whole bunch of other fucking games. I finished the Evil Within 2, which is not an indie game, but I mean, I finished that too.
Yeah.
So I've been super busy, but I got to tell you, now that I've been playing all these indie games, I'm like, holy shit, I got the itch. I need a AAA shooter like ASAP, and I'm not fucking reinstalling Cold War. And I played the other Battlefields to death. So you know what I happened to look at last night? Get this, eh? So I'm looking online, and I'm like, I see the Borderlands 3, and their season passes are huge, eh? They're like 50, 60 hours of story content and shit, right? So I'm looking at it, and it was $66 for the season pass, and then like $30 for the other one. And I'm like, fuck, man, that's $100 for 2 season passes for Borderlands 3. I'm like, I really want it. So I'm like, let me sleep on it. So I slept on it. I woke up this morning, and guess what? The fucking DLC summer sale started this morning, and the season pass was $20. Can you imagine that? And then the other one was $19. So for $40, I got 2 season passes that were worth well over $100 yesterday, and today they were only $40 for the 2. So I bought that. So I'm diving back into Borderlands 3 starting tomorrow because I fucking adored that game, and I love all the Borderlands games, but man, I can't wait to get my hands in there. And then, of course, we got 3 other games coming out this month on Game Pass, big ones. And then that's it. Then there's going to be a lull in September, so that's where Borderlands 3 is going to fill that gap until Back 4 Blood comes out. But anyways, enough bullshit. I'm doing great. Let's get right into the show.
Yeah, when you talk about people, you can't fault Mag. He's definitely been gaming it up. I've been seeing his insanely high gamer score this month, and I'm like, holy shit, Mag's been really rocking and rolling some games here.
Yeah, it's because
Fuck,
I'm going
I'm
after
way
Doggy
down
Dog.
the leaderboard somewhere. I'm way down there.
I'm
Fuck, I haven't been able to find enough time in the day for nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. I don't know. But speaking of things that aren't wrong, let's get over to the things that are right. And that is our amazing chat who comes out and supports us each and every week. And Doggy Dog is always first guy in the house. And he drops a super chat here at $1.99. Says, good evening, everyone. Fiddly diddly. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a fiddly diddly kind of evening. By the way, we hope that Titan can stay with us for the entire show because he's having a storm in his area and he may lose power and potentially his internet connection. So there you go.
Already lost it once, but
he lost it once already. So let's cross our fingers for Titan, guys. Caper Grant, my good buddy, he drops super chat in here at $5. He's at work. Sorry, I can't chat much, but I'm lurking in the background listening. Have a great show, guys. Well, thank you, Caper Grant. As always, an amazing chat. Timothy Dixon is in the house here already. We got Dreadpool hanging up with us, Spider-Man 356, Casket Repair, Masshole, Assassin Lupa. Pong Soul is here as well. Look at that, man. We got Nix, Depka, Joe. Never mind.
What? Who's here? Hold on.
Yeah, he's here as always.
I think he's in the chat. His name is Joe Dunmore. Fantastic.
Masshole is here. Cerebral Paul. I knew I heard that crusty old fuck. Dragonheart Yobi. He's always giving me the gears. I got to give back to him. Dragonheart Yobi's here. He was, of course, earlier on with the guys over at Retro Renegades. Always a fun time hanging out with those guys. Man, a great crew up in here already. Draven Nero. The doctor's in the house. I knew I smelled that smell. Safe Space Invader. Crazy Greek Dude. What's happening? Good to see you here. Axel 13-4 is here, and he sounds like he's ready to have a go at Tony Baloney over there. Not too shabby.
Who is what?
On.
Axel is starting
Axel.
shit again?
Yeah, I don't know if it's with you or if it's with Tony Baloney, but he seems like he's got a grudge, and we're going to have to get him on the show here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, Axel, take it easy, man.
Oh, shit.
Tony's done nothing to you.
And we have a special guest tonight joining us, I guess, impromptu. I sent out the bat signal. It's been a very, very, very long time since I've had my good friend on one of my podcasts. And I thought, you know what? This might be an opportune time. One, he's in my time zone. Two, he's up. I saw him online on Twitter. And he's always got some great knowledge, very technical savvy, great opinions on stuff. And I think he'll fit right in with tonight. It is my good brother, Freejack, who I'm adding to the stream right now. Welcome to the show, Mr. Freejack. What is happening, bro?
Oh, not too much, buddy. How you guys doing? It's good to be on the big show with you guys. Always listen to you guys every week. Try to at least, if not after the fact. And hey, thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it. It's been going good, brother. How about yourself?
We're overdue for a bottle of beer or at least a coffee.
Yeah, something. Hey, it's been way too long. Like since before the pandemic started. So yeah. Can you hear me all right?
You're coming through loud and clear. It sounds great. Yeah, the COVID really shuts down a lot of relationships. They haven't really seen a lot of people. So
no, yeah, it's been terrible.
Yeah. He's just up the highway from me on the other side of the Alberta, but yeah, not too far away. We can actually hang out from time to time. It's good stuff. It's always good. All right, have another Canadian in the house. Let's say 3 Canadians and 1 American here tonight. It's going to be a cool gang up on Titan. No, we're just kidding with you, Titan. All right, Rob, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you here, Gone Mad. Welcome to the show. Glad you could be in the chat. Fastbacker, NLG brother is here as well. Great to see him here. So many great people in the chat already. If I missed you, I do apologize. I try to make sure I acknowledge everybody who takes a moment out of their day to come out and spend it with us. So,
yeah, you guys are lucky. I like Canadians. Hell, I like Canadians more than most Americans. Shit.
It's okay. Us Canadians.
We're actually really nice. Well, we're not all nice. You know, things that we say sorry, but I usually say sorry after I hit somebody.
We're most.
I'm like, yeah, I hit him. I'm like, oh, sorry, but it's kind of facetious, so yeah, it doesn't really count as a polite Canadian. So fuck you. All right.
Typical gaming after dark fashion. Joe Dummer in the chat. I had a Freejack once, and I've been paying ever since. Oh shit! There you go. Even the chat's already feeling it. Good stuff. All right, Iceman, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. All right, let's get right into some of the topics. One of our first ones is a pretty simple one. I think it's kind of cool. We'll see how you guys feel about it. One of the most acclaimed games of the past decade, obviously came out on PlayStation first and now is under the Xbox banner, courtesy of Ninja Theory and the acquisition of that amazing studio. I'm talking about Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, which came out to high critical acclaim, had some pretty decent sales numbers for the most part. It's been missing a next-gen patch, I guess, so to speak, up until I think it was just, yesterday or the day before. I see lots of people playing this now, showing off the pictures online. It's gotten several different upgrades, frame rates, what do you call it? What's the reflective stuff there? The ray tracing, the whole 9 yards. Either which way, came out free of charge. PlayStation did not get it. Some fans are bitter. Xbox fans are obviously excited and just, okay, that's pretty cool. Like I said, some people on the other side are mad that PlayStation is not getting it, period, at least up to this point. And they're mad as well, because they got other things that are saying, well, you got the world's most powerful console, but it can't do 60 frames with ray tracing either on an older game, blah, blah, blah. So let's find out how you guys feel about it. I'll give you my 2 cents in a minute, but let's go around the circle here and let's get Titan in here because you never know when his internet's going to crash.
So it didn't look that crazy to me. Very easy. Racing did look like it looked like tracing the race as it should be. It's more really bad artists, like drawing instead of tracing, like really bad artist tracing. But am I still lagging?
Yeah, you're botting.
You're
hello.
Pretty hard, yeah.
That's all we heard. And then we heard
like the Swedish chef with slow
tracing.
internet.
Tracing.
Yeah. Seriously, it was like
My thing,
that.
it's got some bugs in
tracing.
Sorry. Go ahead, Titan.
Oh, man. Anyway, it got bugs, and the thing is, people love to every time something out.
So the ray tracing is good about his Titan Drago's internet? Is that what you're...
Hey, Titan, doing that voice?
Switch to my other internet. I'll be right back.
Please say all hail Megatron.
Let me try to switch my internet here.
Yeah, get the gerbil and the wheel rolling.
Oh shit, that was kind of funny. I just hear select words. That's funny.
That was fucking hilarious, man.
Oh shit!
Some podcasts they get pissed off. They're like, "You're botting, man. Back out."
Back out.
Like when this happens, we just start fucking laughing.
Well, Mag, you might as well take it away since Titan is in a limbo at the moment.
All right, so we're talking about the upgrades and everything for Senua's Sacrifice, correct?
That's right, yes.
And they look great. I mean, it's see, the problem is I played it when it first came out to Game Pass, whatever it was, like a year and a half ago. So unless I saw them side by side, like it looks magnificent, right? And I'm like, oh wow, it's amazing, this and that, whatever. But unless I'm looking at them on 2 different screens at the same time, I can't specifically pick out what I saw. You know what I mean? What's new and what's not new. It just looks fucking shiny and amazing, right? So, I mean, it's hard for me to tell, be like, okay, there's a major improvement here. Obviously, there is a major improvement, but the thing is, I don't recall. I'm fucking old. So, I don't even remember what happened last week, let alone a year and a half ago. So, as to what a game looked like or whatever, right? So, it's kind of hard to say. So, I don't know. I mean, it looks amazing. There's no doubt about it. And I got to say, guys, let me tell you something. Don't sleep on these 2 studios as being the standouts for next generation or this generation. We got to stop with the next generation. Although you get a 1-year pass on that for saying next gen.
Right.
This current gen, watch out for Ninja Theory and the Coalition making possibly the best graphics in the business, hands down. Okay, you watch out for those two teams. And I think that they're going to, I mean, unless Sony does, you know, a PS5 Pro or something, I actually don't even see like some of those other big studios coming out with stuff that's as comparable as what the Coalition and what Ninja Theory are going to be doing, especially with the Unreal Engine 5 and everything. I think it's going to be absolutely mind-boggling to see what they're going to do with new tech, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, aren't they using Unreal Engine 5 for Senua's Saga, the second one? I think they are.
As far as I know,
you say Unreal 5 on Senua's Saga?
Yeah, on the second one.
Yes.
Okay, so so imagine what they're going to do with that. Like, it's going to be like,
oh, shit.
Yeah, that's going to be something else, right? And of course, they're very talented people over at Ninja Theory, right? So they know what they're doing. And anyways, so I, like I said, it looks great. I gave it like a 5-minute like look over just to check it out, and I'd be like, all right, it looks cool, it looks awesome. You know, I walked around a little bit. Of course, I'm not gonna do the story again. I already did it, so you know, whatever. But but as for the PlayStation guys who are pissed off, what did you expect? Like, they bought them a year ago. Do you think they're just gonna keep giving you fucking handouts now? Oh, here you go. Here's some more free shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox came out with a patch and Sony made them pay for it.
Oh, fuck. You know what? That's probably what Sony tried to do. Hey, man, you never know. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Sony might have been like, yeah, we're going to charge them an extra $10 if you actually, press the left trigger, the adaptive controller rumbles Senua's pussy or something. I don't know. And like, it's like, they'll charge you $10 for it. Okay. So and then Microsoft said, well, go fuck yourself because the update is free or nothing. And then, hey, I'm just saying, just conspiracy stuff. But anyways, in all seriousness here, let's just say what I think is, like I said, your handouts are over, Sony and Sony fans. You want to get the good shit? You got to go to the Xbox ecosystem now. They bought them. They own them. Why would they just keep giving you this kumbaya shit? Oh, yeah, here's a free update. Here's a free update.
Well,
they don't owe you nothing now.
Somebody said they upgraded the versions of games like Doom Eternal and a few things. And it's obviously after the purchase of Bethesda. So if that's the case, then why did those companies upgrade those games for PlayStation 5? And
well, it's because the answer to that is any pre-existing deals they had, they honor those. Right. So I guarantee that's what's going on. We're in this it's a little limbo right now because some games are still we don't know all the deals, but that's what's going on. Anyone with common sense can see that.
Ninja Theory also didn't do the update. It was a third-party studio that they must have hired out or something to allow Ninja Theory to continue working on the projects that they're currently working on. So
really, I didn't know that.
Awesome. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, if you go look on the website, it said there what the name of the studio was. I forget, but
I wonder if that's why the ray tracing looked like iffy, because it looked like it had some bugs. Where if it didn't look, this is what I was saying when I was botting or whatever. It doesn't look crazy different from me, and that's what I think Mag said. Pretty much the same thing. Just one looks shinier, kind of, and it's not like exact ray tracing. It's almost like really bad artist drawing. Artist drawing.
It's the case that it's a studio that handled the Switch port, which makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not very pretty, but you know what? Every time something like this comes out, people jump all over it, especially on social media. They want to they want to point out something negative in gaming yet again. Right. It's like,
you know what it is, especially with Xbox. But listen, once those deals are done with Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, if people in the other camps don't smarten up and start broadening their horizons a little bit instead of just being a slave to the one fucking plastic box they own, and they think they're going to get fucking COVID if you buy an Xbox or something. It's like oh, I can't get that. I'm going to get cooties. I'm going to get COVID if I buy an Xbox. Just fucking get into the ecosystem if you want to play.
I'm going to be a corporate slave.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up and stop complaining about what they got over there. Go over there. They've knocked every paywall down that you don't even. Does your dumbass have a phone? There, now you got Xbox, you stupid assholes. I'm fucking sick of it, man. Yeah, and I'll tell you something else. If you guys keep that shit up with the Senua's sacrifice business, complaining about this, they're going to be complaining about that. They're going to be complaining about Elder Scrolls. It is going to be one long, salty ass generation for you. So
it's
you're
like
going to be
100%
like
of it
8 fucking
so
years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going to be bitching for the next 8 years. So either get used to it, or just start broadening your horizons. Because guess what? Most Xbox players I know own a PlayStation, and they also own a Nintendo Switch or whatever Nintendo has. You know what I mean? And that's the way we do it. Why the fuck can't you do it?
And you know what? And it's like they'll jump all over this, and then they'll come out with a patch for it, and it'll make it look better. And it's like, what fucking fools? If anyone does this ever with any game, no matter what platform they're talking about, what fucking fools do not know that this is the way gaming works? And it's been doing this for years now. What the fuck game releases and doesn't need a patch or 2 or 3 or multiple, and multiple game updates, and then you got DLC. Like, God, these people are so fucking stupid. Like, it just shows that when people do this on Twitter or whatever social media, that it just shows that they're not actual gamers, because they're just fucking lost in La La Land. People, this has been going on for years with every single fucking game released. Sure. Next.
Let's catch up in the chat real quick. Alex is a Valve. How are you tonight? Glad to see you here. Back from the Dead's in the house as well. Lady Foxfire is in the house with us. I see Wilmy Hood has made his gracious presence in the chat. What's going on, Wilmy? R. Rob is here. Matt Soul, HDK 360 is in the house. What's going on? Stephanie Kingston, how are you? Toolman is here as well. Pure Flack Monkey. Great crew again here tonight, guys. Thank you so much again for hanging out with us on this late evening. Let's get our guest in here, Mr. Freejack. First of all, Freejack, why do you think they did this update anyway? Like, I mean, this game's been out for 4 or 5 years or something like that. Why now? Amidst all the games that are out for Game Pass, that sort of thing. Is it something to prove, or is it just they're trying to catch up to the back catalog and kind of bring everything over that it sort of makes advantage of the Series S, Series X? What do you think now, and what do you think of the reaction? Is it warranted? I mean, I can understand why some of the community is kind of upset from PlayStation, because this game did originally come out on PlayStation as well. So maybe there was a feeling of it should be grandfathered over sort of thing and should get those updates. I don't know. How do you feel about the whole thing?
Well, never say never. I mean, they said that there's no plans at this time. That means that doesn't necessarily mean it might not change. And, if fans really want it on PlayStation, they may entertain it. But why they did it now, it's just fan service, right? They're trying to bolster their ecosystem, and this is one of their first party studios, and they want their premium games and products and stuff to be up to snuff in there. And maybe this is a new studio that they just wanted to give a crack at it. Say, hey, you guys, can you guys give this a go? See if you can make something of it, and maybe we'll use you for future projects and that kind of thing. So who really knows?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, this could be a good training exercise for a little studio. Yeah. That's a good point. I like that. Yeah. And you know what? Also, maybe this will keep people thinking about Hellblade 2, because if you don't have anything to show for Hellblade 2 right now, which they probably don't want to do, they probably want to keep as much under wraps as possible until the game releases. This is probably the best way to go about doing that. Keep hype up for Hellblade 2 without they're giving you something by giving you nothing, kind of thing.
It's like when they do a remaster for a game right before they release a new one, right? Like, look what they did even with what the hell is it? The trilogy the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect. Yeah. Okay, they released that. Yeah, okay. They quote unquote, they release it for the fans. They didn't release it for the fans because they announced last year that they're doing a new Mass Effect, right? So they want to keep it in the public conscience. They want to keep it in the mind share. So same thing with this. Like they do the big update for this game here. People start playing it, or people who've just now remember this. Game Pass has gone up like 10 million, 15 million subscribers in the last year and a half. Okay. Those people weren't in the ecosystem before. There's what's new to them. I mean, they might come across this game and be like, I never played this game before. And all of a sudden, guess what? It's new to them. Now with all these updates, it looks like it came out yesterday.
That's true.
Right? So then
this is a really good game to for someone that hadn't played the first one. Yeah. And wow. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So to them, it's a new game and it's a new experience. Now imagine a Sony guy, and trust me, I've seen a lot on Twitter where they're like, you know what? Fuck it. I've given up on PlayStation 5. I'm going to Xbox. I don't know how many you guys, I don't know how many of you seen of those on Twitter and whatever else. I've seen tons of them. YouTube videos, all kinds of shit. So let's just say they've been in that Sony ecosystem for a couple generations or so or longer. Gears of War 5 Hivebusters. Yeah. That's new to them. They've never played those before. And that's why they do these updates too, because now they're introducing these new people, these new customers into these games that, yeah, okay, for us is considered quote unquote old, right? Same with Senua, came out a couple years ago. Well, to them, it's brand new. And now it looks brand new. And now it plays brand new. And now it's just like, that's how you get them in there. So now actually, without doing anything, they're actually bolstering up their Game Pass choices of games for these people without actually having to add any new games because of all the new customers.
And you guys know what the real kicker is? I mean, even if they bring out the update for PlayStation, right? Well, you better hope that you actually bought that game and already own it, because the thing is, on PlayStation, you'd still have to go out and buy Hellblade. That's the thing. So what's that, like $24.99, $39, whatever the hell that game goes for on the marketplace, you'd still have to buy it even if it was a free upgrade. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Whereas on Xbox, if you don't have it but you do have Game Pass, you get to download it for free on Game Pass and you get the free update. So so for those PlayStation fans who might be crying and perhaps don't already own the game, well, there you go. So even if they give you the free update, you still got to go buy the game. So that sort of thing.
Just to go off Meg's point there for a second about Sony people buying Xboxes. Do you remember that Sony crybaby, the one that was making a big deal when games started going to PC and everything? The AP, the airplane, I think his name was, or something like that. Destin made a video about him, and he actually bought an Xbox and actually did a review. So I mean, if that guy's out there buying an Xbox, I mean, there's a lot of cracks in the Sony army. Sony,
dude, there's tons of videos out there. If you go to YouTube and you look it up, there are tons and tons of videos of guys saying, I moved back over to Xbox. And a lot of them haven't been in the Xbox ecosystem since the 360.
Yeah.
Right? Or sometimes none at all. They've just been whatever, Sony, and that's it. And that's fine. That's fine. Do whatever you want. I'm not telling you, like, you're an asshole because you only do this. But don't cry about something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's somewhere else, don't cry about it. You know what I mean? That's like me going to a restaurant and they don't offer a fucking steak.
Speaking of crying.
What's that?
Speaking of crying, RG Viper X drops $9.99 super chat, and he says, I don't know the crying over the Hellblade patch. If Sunset Overdrive comes to PlayStation 5, do we expect Insomniac to provide a Series X or S upgrade? Hell no. Ponies need to stop. Good point.
That's a good point.
Good point.
And by the way, I'll put my ducats down right now that if they do the Sunset Overdrive for the PS5 with like the adaptive triggers and the fucking haptic feedback and shit, $100 says they charge for the upgrade.
Yeah. Mag, I gotta know something real quick here. Is your PlayStation 5 still sleeping, nestled?
It is still asleep. I haven't turned it on in 3 months. It's literally just sitting there, and I dust it once a week.
It's not throwing any fits or anything.
No. I keep it there. By the way, that video ended up getting 70,000 fucking views, man.
That's a good one.
70,000 views on that video. But I have more coming up. It's just I have a bit of a physical ailment in my leg right now, so I'm not able to do the stunts that I want to do for this next video. And stunts. I'm not kidding. So hey, I got another one planned coming up at the end of next week.
If you got some spare cash kicking around, you could always buy 2 more PlayStation 5 and use them as stilts and walk around the house.
I might as well do some with it.
Look at me.
I am kidding though. I do turn it on to update it. That's it. Like, I'm going to make sure like everything's up to date, because if you don't, I've heard some guys are going to be like, I haven't turned that shit on in like 7 months. Like they finished like Miles Morales and, Demon Souls or whatever the fuck they were playing, Sackboy, and then they're just not interested in Returnal. And I'm sorry, nobody's paying. I mean, okay, it was a bestseller that month. Great. But, nobody I know except I think Noof, you were the only one. Did you buy Ratchet and Clank?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. You're the only one I know that's actually bought Ratchet and Clank at launch.
I did.
Yeah. I'm sure Wilmy did.
I'm so glad I'm an Xbox fan, man, because I'll play the games that people rag on, like Sea of Thieves. I'll play that fucking game, and I'll play it for a month, and then I'll put it away, and I'll come back to it when the next update hits, and I'll do that over and over and over. guess what? When you buy fucking Ratchet and Clank, you play it for 5 hours, you beat it. Who the fuck's coming back to that shit? There's no fucking replay value.
I've already sent a message to Sony headquarters and I said, in order for Titan to come around on PlayStation, you need to make Ratchet and Smite.
Smite's on PlayStation.
The thing is, I
on
found
Switch.
out some of the people that I talked to, that's why I balked on getting the game day one. It was literally the second day, the Saturday. Okay, so it came out on a Friday. The Saturday night, people were already getting the platinum on it.
Wow.
So it hadn't even been out for 24 hours, basically. Well, I guess about 36 hours. And people were already getting the platinum. And I'm like, for $105 Canadian, go fuck yourself. I am not spending $105 to platinum that shit in one day.
I wouldn't even get a PlayStation. I wouldn't even get a PlayStation 5 if they made fucking Smite fucking exclusive.
Somehow I'm not buying that, Titan.
Yeah, either am I. He's full of shit.
So Mag, the folks that were not buying the game, it was mostly because of price then, not necessarily because
price.
of lack of
interest?
No,
it was the price. It was the price and the length of the game.
No, okay.
Because what ended up happening is people were actually complaining and they were saying like, "Oh, I already fucking platinum this game. I haven't even had it for 2 days." And that's why the conversation stopped. You remember when it came out? It came out on the Friday. Everybody was like, Ratchet and Clank. And then by Sunday, no one was talking about it. I kept real quiet about it. I'm like, listening. Nobody was talking about it because it was already old news. And I'm like, I'm sorry, $105? I'm not spending $105 for within 36 hours. It's old news. No fucking way. I need value out of that.
I tell you, I would not get it. Guys, I'm telling you, I wouldn't get it. But I'll tell you what it would do. If Smite went fucking exclusive to PlayStation, I'll tell you what that would do. That would fucking fuel my fucking hatred for that company like no other. That's all it would do.
Yeah. So what do you really think, Titan?
See what you did, Noof? You start this topic and it just just like it fucking just melted into this other topic.
Boils into something else. I'm gonna ask Freejack this because I know Freejack's very a tech savvy person as well. When it comes to these upgrades like this as well, one of the things you might say, well, the ray tracing doesn't look as good, or you think it's gonna look, but obviously, do you feel it's just way harder for these companies to implement these additions to a game after the fact, as opposed to building them from the ground up to start?
That's a very good question. I'm not, my technical expertise is more on the enterprise side, more than this kind of stuff. But I would have to say that, and I plug your ears because the Sony fanboys love to run with this one. But the tools and whatnot that they need, the development kits and everything, are still not there yet. And once the velocity architecture, once they start building games for that, and all the new stuff, basically, it's not quite there yet. Then we'll start seeing where some of this stuff really shines. But until then, they're kind of hobbling together some of the new, some of the old stuff from the Xbox One era, and it's just going to take time for all this stuff to hash itself out. And it could also be the experience from the dev team as well, like. Maybe this is something, a new project for them, or who knows, right? Because there's, like I said, it was that third-party developing studio. So that would be my hot take on that.
Well, let's going to segue into our next topic. I think it's time to change the channel now, right?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because it's going to lead us into the topic that you kind of tossed around in the DMs, Mag, and that's about how, like, Godfall, right? This game that came out for PlayStation 5 was touted as only possible on PlayStation 5, blah, 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 blah. Now we're seeing that it is coming out for PS4, which means it's technically possible to put it there. But again, that was part of the marketing ploy. This game is only possible and made from the ground up on PlayStation 5 hardware. Now it's saying that, and I don't want to be this is a shit on Sony kind of thing, because there's also a side that I see from the Xbox perspective too, where we've heard so much hype about the Series X being so powerful, compared it to some of the best GPUs on the market, that sort of thing, and how, it should be able to run most of this stuff without even breaking the sweat. And here we are with older games like, a 4 or 5 year old title that's a single player narrative driven game like Hellblade, and it's not able to run 60 frames with all the bells and whistles intact. So my question is who has the most overblown power and hype? Are all of these companies just full of smoke and mirrors, full of shit, or or is it just, again, the tools aren't there to get the jobs done? Like, who is blowing the hype out of proportion here on all of it? Like what is going on here? Because I feel like both companies at this point are starting to get on my nerves, because the Series X, should be run in circles around a lot of things, and it feels like we're still seeing a lot of games not reaching their full potential. And then of course you see this crap too on the PlayStation 5. Oh, these games aren't possible. This is not this, that, something else. I'm willing to put money down that I bet you Ratchet and Clank comes out on the PS4 probably by next year.
Oh, fuck yeah, it will. Yep. I think by the end of this year.
So, like, who's blowing the biggest smoke up somebody's ass right now? Who that's what I want to know.
All right, I'll start. No one else has jumped on it. Sony. And that's why they make me so angry. It's not that I have a thing against I actually love PlayStation. I love PlayStation games. I love them. And when I get on a PlayStation kick and I start playing them like I did, I think it was like earlier this year, I was playing nothing but PlayStation 5. Okay? That was in like January, February, March, April, somewhere around there, like those 4 months there. I was playing like crazy. I platinumed a bunch of games. God of War. I platinumed Miles Morales. Days Gone, Last of Us 2. I did all those. I platinumed every last one of them. Love them. However, if you want to look at a company itself, Sony themselves, my God, if they aren't like the absolute king of bullshit artists, I don't know who the fuck is. Now, when you're talking about in terms of power and everything else, right? And these companies are capable of doing it. I think that the only one that seems to be more hesitant to talk about it or show it seems to be Sony. And the reason why, first of all, Microsoft's tools aren't 100% there yet, right? They're not fully developing everything that they've got there for. They're waiting for, I don't know what the hell they're waiting on, but they're going to be waiting for some. Maybe it's the cross-gen stuff. Maybe. I'm not really 100% sure what's going on. I'm not a tech guy, so I don't really know.
There's actually going to be new motherboards and stuff that support all this stuff. Like not all the PC hardware gear out there yet is going to support all this stuff with the architecture and everything. So there's going to be a bit of a step up, I guess, when all this starts happening. So
right, okay, perfect. Now, however, they've been as transparent as humanly possible. Now, the other side of the coin. Not taking anything away from the PS5 is a capable machine to do all these things too. However, I think that the reason why, this is a little more conspiratorial, but I still think this is fact, is that the reason why the PlayStation 5 or the Sony is not as transparent as Microsoft is because those assholes are trying to charge you extra for it. So the reason why they don't talk about its capabilities and stuff, they want to make it seem like it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
To crank it up to 60 frames, to get the adaptive triggers, to get the haptic feedback. They want to seem like they really worked hard on it. And so therefore they have to justify charging you extra for it. And if you don't fucking believe me, go look at the last 5 games that they released and what's coming up with all their director's cuts and all the bullshit. And basically they're charging you for all these upgrades for something that you already fucking own. Right? So what they're trying to do is, like I said, the PS5 on a technical level is capable of doing pretty much the same thing as the Series X. But like I said, Sony as a company is holding back because they want to find new and innovative ways to rob you of your fucking money. That's what it all boils down to. And that's why I refuse to buy PlayStation 5 games at cost. I refuse to buy them day one. And I refuse to pay for director's cuts. I will wait till the games are fucking 50 or 60% off, and then I'll buy them. # support the devs. So, you know what I'm saying? I will do that. But I will not fall for any of that other stuff. So, yes, if to answer your question in a very long and angry way, I would have to say that Sony is by far blowing more smoke up everybody's ass because they're trying to find, like I said, new and innovative ways of making money, squeezing money out of the consumer.
New and innovative ways is right. And another thing, marketing ploy is also right, Noof. And that's something that every company needs to stop doing. All right. I saw a Twitter post this week that said the PS3, the PlayStation 3 could do 120 frames per second. We're not talking about the PS4 that couldn't do it. This was the PS3, 120 frames per second. What the my God, that's generations plural. Before its time.
It probably could do 120 frames on Pac-Man.
Not only with that, the thing is the PlayStation's fucking magical SSD. Oh my God, it's gonna load shit faster than any fucking thing ever under the sun, and it's gonna fucking help fucking push graphics and shit. Fucking this all just do it just does everything. Let's just fucking buy a house and run it off of an SSD.
Yeah, I bought an SSD. I bought an SSD for the PlayStation 5, and guess what? My shits were 30% faster.
Increase your shitting time.
Just kidding, guys. All jokes.
Did it increase your flushing time as well? You know,
did it go? I just thought of something. Now that you guys are talking about shit, but I'm actually talking about something other than poop. I'm just looking up Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'm big time looking forward to that game on the PlayStation 5. And people are saying, yeah, it's just a timed exclusive. I'm like, that's cool, but I'm still going to buy it in the PlayStation 5 because I have no fucking games to play on it. So I want justification of staring at this giant white monolith in my living room right now. So I'm going to buy it for the PlayStation 5. Now, however, this is what I'm thinking. I looked at the prices, okay? And the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation, there is no specific PlayStation 5 version. It just says playable on PlayStation 5, but it's for PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's the thing. Are they going to start, like, now that we're in the vein of this subject here, are they going to try and stick it up our asses again in like January and say, oh, by the way, now Kenna's fucking staff is now a haptic feedback, and the little fucking things running around on the ground, you can actually feel them running all over your controller.
They got to
$20.
Mag, they're probably going to have to redesign the character because they made her tits too big. So,
oh my God.
Another 6 months.
Exactly. So, like that, what I'm thinking is, are they going to release a PS5 version down the road and charge more for it?
I doubt it because it's a third-party studio that's building that, right? Like it's not like it's actually on the Epic Game Store as well.
Is it coming day and date? That's why I'm asking these questions. See, this is why we need Freejack here. Freejack, you just stay all the time and just like answer questions for like shit that myself, Titan, and Noof are talking about, like a thesaurus.
Coming to Epic Game Store as well, and more than likely that indie studio would be concentrating on trying to port it to more platforms rather than trying to enhance it and that kind of thing. And it'll be a big deal. Be a day and date on PC. Cybernox is right. And it'll be a big deal for them to deliver it, to the PlayStation and to Epic first, and then expand it out later. That's typically what those indie type studios do, right? Is they expand their as they finish one version, then they free up their resources to spend on another version, and so they can expand out to more platforms. So I suspect that's the direction that game will probably go after it launches on PlayStation.
Right.
Yeah. So who knows if Freejack is blowing the bigger smoke of shit up people's noses these days? It's a little bit on both ends. Do you think this?
I don't know. It's kind of a wash. I mean, Xbox hasn't really been lighting it up for first party games. I mean, obviously the backwards compatibility is second to none. Like, absolutely fantastic as an Xbox guy. I mean, you can't ask for more with regards to that.
Yeah.
That virtualization layer that they have running underneath the console operating system is what allows all that to work, and the quick resume, and it's just very, very well put together. So you can't complain about any of that. But yeah, they haven't really been lighting it up. I mean, obviously it's going to be coming here later half of 2021 and into 2022 and then 2023. That's when they would have had their development kits and stuff long enough to start moving games out that would be more geared towards the newer hardware. So but Sony, of course, they managed to launch some pretty decent games and whatnot and show off their console, and it's been performing well so far. They're missing a few little features here and there, like the variable rate shading and variable refresh rate, but supposedly those are coming as well. So. Yeah, and then, but that doesn't, anything that I'm saying here doesn't take away from middle-aged gaming guy's rant earlier. He was 110% about all of that. It's just, The whole marketing.
Yeah, because their marketing, their model is different, and they need to maximize the sale on each and every game that hits physically because they're not going into a service. So they want to make sure they come out swinging, and they tell you that that's the best version and that's the definitive one. And then, like I said, a year later, oh, well, we got a better version here for you. I mean, look, it wasn't that long ago when Ghost of Tsushima came out, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now you got Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. Not even barely a full year after this game came out. You got all this extra stuff, and you're kind of like, "Holy shit, dude! Like that was pretty quick." Did you not have this planned right from the get go? Did you hold this stuff back and then add it to it, or like what's going on here, right?
Oh. Yeah, that's why their marketing and lack of transparency is my problem. And that what they do is that they hold it close to their chest, which is fine. They can do whatever they want. But the problem is with the way that they market, they lie to their customers. And you could say, oh, well, it's not really lying. It's just omitting a truth. It's a fucking lie because it's the same thing, basically, at the end of the day. Because when you have taglines, which they had from September to December of last year that said, only with the power of the PS5, and they started rhyming off all these games, yet it's now fast forward a year later, not even a year later, and all those games are coming to the PS4. So that's where my problem lies, right? It's not with the tech. It's not with it's not with what the PS5 is actually able to perform. It's how Sony's handling it. Because, like I said, I think that they're trying in a nefarious way. They're trying to maximize profit on something they've already made money on, which again is fine, but be truthful about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say things like only with the power of the PS5 and then it comes out on the PS4 in a fucking tweet that nobody noticed an hour after their games showcase. And then somebody accidentally stumbled on it. And they're like, oh, or like, for example, this Godfall thing, it releases today, just so everybody knows. It said, do you see the screenshot I sent you? It said August 10th, 2021. Yeah. So it came out today. I scoured all the video game sites, no one was talking about it. You know why? Odds are pretty damn good. They didn't even know. They didn't even know that it was releasing today. I think Sony just shadow dropped it right on the PS4 and like just hoping no one might notice, I guess. So like, people call it out. But of course somebody did. And that's how I found out about it.
That needs to be shouted from the rooftops of every fucking podcast out there, man. That's Sony taking advantage of its customers. But
don't care. They just don't care.
Yeah, they really don't.
Mega, by the way,
he was no scruples.
Yeah. There's been so much gamer cred, built up with Sony, and their delivering of their games, banger after banger after banger, as they always say. And they can put a pile of dog poop in the next game, and everybody will be fine with that. Like it's unbelievable, and it's just like just another day in the Sony camp. All that Ryan stuff. If that was Xbox, they'd crucify.
Oh my God, crucify! And the thing is, Freejack, I'm going to piggyback off what you just said there. When you look at the Ghost of Tsushima thing, okay, I have no problem with a DLC. Who the hell's got a problem with a DLC? Not me. I don't care. That's wonderful. And they're like, hey, they got a new island or whatever, $20. Okay, cool. I would have no problem with that. But then when you start hiding it behind other things that they're forcing you to pay for their fucking tech that is already in the system, fuck you. That's why I would never buy it.
Those features should be backported to the original game, full stop. And DLC, charge that for $10. Director's got to find what.
You can even charge $20 for that island. That's fine. I would have paid $20 for that island.
And it's the same thing when game developers, they do the same shit too. When they'll take a section of the game and then plug it onto their DLC or whatever for whatever reason or another. Maybe it wasn't ready at the time or whatever. But the game companies do the same exact thing. Charge you for something that's already in the game. There's been countless examples of.
No, I'm not even talking about
like
that.
Levels. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying in addition to that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
It's just there's been countless people that have data mined, levels that are already in the base game, but they're not in there until the DLC comes out. So they're kind of charging you for what's already in there essentially.
That's just developers putting code and stuff in there, getting in ready in anticipation of the next thing that's coming. And, it's not quite done yet, but there's pieces of it that are laying there and, people data mine it and find it. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's something nefarious going on. That's just,
well, there's all different kinds of levels of that, and I'm sure
Yeah.
like what you're saying, I'm sure there's some innocence to it, but I guarantee there's a lot more trickery than innocence going on.
See,
And
like I said, my problem is the tech stuff. Like you're adding these features
Exactly.
you're paying for features that
Yeah.
I paid for when I purchased your product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like me
Mhm.
buying a car and it comes with cruise control. But if you want me to use it, I have to pay extra each time I want to use it. What the fuck?
let's
I
just
bought
say,
it.
let's
It's
just
in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree 100%, man. Like when it comes to DLC, no issues with the Ghost of Tsushima stuff. If you're making extra content for the game, which means you're going in and building stuff, I get it, because that's the way it's always kind of been with games. You add extra maps, you add extra features, extra things, then sure. But as far as like, you know, a slightly cosmetic upgrade, proof frame rates, those should just come automatically with most games. Like we're seeing that with the majority of titles that are coming to Xbox. I mean, why wouldn't you just want people to have the definitive version anyway, to play it the way it was meant to be played, or the way their director's vision was meant to be seen, when you already shelled out, you know, 80, $90, $100 for some of these games, you know?
well, that's the
Maybe
exact problem that MAG has. You know, they could do that, but they want to really suckle every fucking dollar out of people and
Okay.
come up with all these extra expenditures for nothing
Right.
really extra.
Now here's this: if you buy let's say you're playing on PC and you got $1,000 PC, and then you buy a game for it. If you
Mhm.
buy that exact same game with a 3090
Mm-hmm.
on a $5,000 PC or whatever, okay, you don't have to pay for any upgrades
Mhm.
because you bought the hardware that actually can unlock all those
Right.
things.
On-
But what
on-
I'm saying is, sorry, what are you gonna say?
No,
buddy?
you're right too. I know where you're going with this, and you're right. Just go ahead. I don't want.
I was just gonna say, even on Steam, like if you buy a PC game on Steam and there becomes out a collector's edition or director's cut or whatever else have you, if you have the base game, you automatically get upgraded to that newest version for free. Like that's just the way it is.
And that's where Microsoft is going
Smart
because
delivery.
they're trying to crack that. They're trying to crack that PC market more and more each day. And at the same time, it's consumer friendly to all of us, right?
Yep.
And who benefits at the end of the day? We do. But like what I'm seeing right now is that you get like Sony puts a spike in between that, right? And so what ends up happening is like, oh yeah, you can have it, but you got to pay.
Yeah.
So like that's where I have my problem. I have problem with that. You're locking the tech that is in my house, staring at me right now.
Mhm.
Okay,
Behind the
and
paywall.
you're locking it behind a paywall. That is
Yeah.
horseshit. For the fact that I've already given you fucking money,
Yeah.
by investing in your product on day one, right?
So-
So you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I have the
Totally.
problem, and that's why I
Yeah.
refuse to buy them day one. Fuck.
And you
them.
know what? I think we can all safely say, all right, there's no PS5 only games, even Xbox as well. Really, if people can, because to me, if like people can dumb down a game to play on the Switch, then we could play fucking anything we got out now on our last gen stuff for at least another year or two, right? Like the companies, they both do it, right? They try to fool everyone, but however, that shit does not fly with the hardcore gamers, especially when you're like on Twitter and you follow the right people. You can easily weed out like, you know, the misinformation quickly, and you can easily see a spade for a spade, and instead of all the bullshit that these companies try to tell you, like hence, you know, 120 frames per second on the PS3 and fucking the SSD fucking, and that's another thing I got to say about the magical SSD. You know what? That came from two things. The magical SSD came from people taking Mark Cerny's words and twisting them to fit their own narratives that, you know, that they're just pushing on that given day. Also, Mark Cerny during his like reveal used some poor choice words, I think, like especially the biggest word, the poorest word he used to me was streaming. When it came to the SSD, and now people think that the fucking SSD can just stream whatever it wants to your TV, but that's just simply not the fucking case. That's not how it works. But fanboys want that to be a case because it's an easy fucking fix, right? And it's something that they have. But the thing is, that SSD it's getting beat by like off the shelf cheaper SSDs. Have you guys seen this?
Not only that, Titan, is the hardware testers actually put the slowest SSD they could find in the PS5, and the one that was way below the specs would not be recommended by Sony. And they put Ratchet and Clank on it and ran it just like it was on the native drive. And all the hitches, like there's a few little hitches in Ratchet and Clank that they probably still need to fix, but even the hitches were intact, and it just played identical. Which is wow! Talk about smoke and mirrors on that SSD.
Oh, for sure, I think so as well. But there's a lot of that, and like I said, at the end of the day, when it comes to a lot of these games, it's going to come down to each individual team and how well they can optimize their game engines for these consoles and that sort of stuff. Like I said, Sony's got amazing talent, and when it comes to Naughty Dog and Insomniac and those guys, we know they're gonna push the boundaries as best they can. And for Xbox, I think we're safe to say that Ninja Theory and the Coalition are going to start pumping out some pretty impressive stuff. The question is, who else will be able to step up to the plate and really drive home, that this current gen experience, or the current next gen experience, as we like to call it. So, like I said, it is what it is. Like I said, it's a lot of playground list. Playground, yes. Playground, yes. I agree. Yes, they're doing some pretty crazy stuff too. So, like look at Forza Horizon 5. Holy smoke!
Cerebral Paul in the chat said during the PS3 days, most TVs couldn't do 120. Most TVs still can't do 120.
Yeah, that's true. 100% fact. By the way, we got a thumbs down. Someone got triggered. Fuck these guys. Thumbs down.
Okay, let's go shout out quickly to the chat before we bring in Ask Arnold. Like I said, Fast Facts here. Eternal Shaddai is in the house. What's happening? Game Genie Prime. How are you? Nix is hanging out with us as well tonight. Lack of a better name is in the chat. And who else do we get here? Cybernox is hanging out with us as well. Maddie Burns is here. What's going on, Matt? We got Platypus. What's going, Platypus? DJ Berto, he left the $5 super chat, which I got to catch up to. And sorry for the long wait there, DJ Berto Doss. Good to see you. He says, Freejack, you should just be an AI for Gad. Only speaks for the panels like, Freejack, what the hell was I saying?
Yeah, no, he's perfect for that.
He's the guy keeping the show on track. He's like, he's our guide over there. Yeah, you guys were talking about this.
He could be that little triangle from or that little diamond that floats around in Destiny, follows the character and just like basically fixes everything he says. Like, actually, you meant to say this. Like,
but we want the Peter Dinklage version, not the new one. Shit, guys. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying your PlayStation 5s and your Xbox Series X. And from what I've seen, really, and what I've heard, the bulk load of it's been very positive, and people are having a great time with the new console. I mean, the loading time alone on any of them is compared to what we were doing. It's way better, way better, night and day. So, kudos to both consoles for cutting down that horse shit. Now, if we can only get people like Activision to knock off with the bullshit fucking updates and crap, then we were all right. Sig Larson says, hire Freejack as a producer. You might be onto something there.
Well, I don't know about that. I got my day job, never mind a night job too.
Oh shit. 2-144, what's going on? Crispy Rambo's in the house. How you doing? All right, let's bring in Ask Arnold. This is at the halfway point of the show. Ask Arnold. Arnold's on deck. So who's got a question for the big guy tonight? He's ready to answer. Let's hope he's got some creative answers up his sleeve. Go right ahead, big one.
Arnie, if you were gonna shadow drop anything, what would you shadow drop?
I'd probably come to your house and shadow drop you right on your head. That's what I would do, Titan Drago. No, man, I would always have some kind of crazy news I would come out with, like, I'm going to have Conan, like a crazy movie that no one would expect to be like Conan, the Grandpa Warrior. How's the quest going to go? You know what I would say with that? It depends.
Nice, very nice. We got a $2 super chat from the doctor, and he's asking, can Arnold say fiddly diddly?
Yeah. Arnold, can you? Fiddly diddly. Is that good enough?
You have to say, hey.
Come on, everybody, let's do the fiddly diddly. Fiddly diddly, fiddly diddly, fiddly diddly. Come on, fiddly diddly did. Come on, let's do it. Not bad. Now
Thank you, doctor. You say you fucking rock that one.
Cletus out of a job. Cletus, you can go home now. I'm going to take over from here.
Arnold, I have a question for you. I hear you're big into to climate change. What is your new initiatives that you're working on right now in terms of climate change?
So you know what is either that, you know what, I'm fucking tired of it. There's too much coarse crap. There's so much out there. It's almost like the smoke and mirrors that Xbox and Sony like to play. Climate change is climate change. You know what I say? I'll take the dynamite. I'll go up to the polar ice caps itself. I'll blow the fuckers up and I'll just buy a bigger yacht. If you're not with me, I'll be like, what's his name? The fucking guy in the Bible. I'll be like Noah's Ark. I'm going to make the biggest yacht you've ever seen. I'll just swim on top of you fuckers and you're drowning. There you go. I'll rule the world. Climate change.
Awesome.
Lada Schmada, who cares? I mean, guys like Jeff Bezos, they're going to be on fucking Mars in a year anyway. They're flying around in the spaceships and stuff. You know what I mean? The gold-plated condoms and shit.
Nice.
Gold-plated condoms. Arnold, I have a question for you. Would you like Freejack to be your personal assistant?
He should be my personal assistant. I would give him a haircut, have like the little black book, and make sure all of my maids are on time and that they're all wearing very skimpy clothes. I'm sorry, but they still objectify women, and so there's some people out there that got a problem with that. What they're gonna say? If I see tits, I want to see the tits. That's what they come for, you know. If you want to dress up in 50 layers of clothing, move to Canada. You don't have to see shit up here.
I got one from Caper Grant. This is gonna light a fire under Noof's ass and fucking Arnie. So, hey Arnie, how do you feel about Call of Duty Modern Warfare and not being able to delete Warzone?
Honestly, God, I want to call in the Terminator on these guys. I'm going to send them to Activision. I'm going to crack open Bobby Kotick's head. I'm going to get rid of all of those womanizing perverts in the office and kick rid of them. And then I'm going to fucking get the whole of these people that make a Call of Duty. What the hell is wrong with you guys? We're like what? 2 terabytes away now, or a gigabyte away from going out and buying a new hard drive. Every time I want to play a goddamn game of Call of Duty, I got to sit there for an hour, and I got to wait and download this and download that and download something else. I mean, heck, my donkey even gets sick and tired of it. He's like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, he's even tired of it. What the hell are you doing, guys? Get with the program. This game shouldn't be all of that many updates. You guys are morons.
Jesus, that was amazing.
That was awesome.
Hey, and for a topic after this segment, Call of Duty did release a little bit of information about the next game, by the way, but we'll get into that later. Arnold Fiddly Diddly has made. Where am I at?
I know. We'll take one more.
Hey, Arnold, are UFOs real? Asking for a friend from Iceman.
Absolutely. Unidentified fucking orgasm is what it stands for. I find them all the time. And where did that come from? My God, woman, you are amazing. That just came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. It was like 2 pumps and I'm gone. It's wicked. Love it. You know, my orgasms are a lot like, you know when the Terminator comes back and when it comes to Earth, and then all of a sudden, you know, you got that little hole that opens up, and all the electricity is flying. That's what my orgasms are like. It's like the moment you hit the portal. I'm there, I'm all naked, and I'm all curled up like a baby. That's what I do.
Unidentified fucking orgasm. That just made my whole day.
That was outstanding.
Oh, there you go, guys. Arnold is out of the building. He wishes you all well. He will see you again next Tuesday.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, shit. Oh, yes. How would you use the 3 seashells? Oh, great question.
Oh, I missed that one.
That comes in from Gone Mad.
That's a
To
great
come back
question,
and answer
dude.
that great question, because we might never get more questions like that. So what do I do? The 3 seashells? I just use them all on my butthole. I've got the big bum. I just use them there. A little squirt here, a little squirt there. There's nothing wrong when your bum is a little bit wet, you know, a little squishy. That's how we like it. You know, that's what I do. I just use them all on my butt. Who cares if your dick is dirty? Who cares? The maid's only going to suck it for you anyway.
Oh my God. Amazing.
That's right. We're going to start a new posse. It's going to be called the Dirty Dick Lickers. All right, we're done.
That was great.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. All right, let's let's move the ship right along, people. Good stuff. Great topics, great conversation. Arnold in fine form once again tonight. Let's get over to perhaps our next topic of the evening. Let's see what we got on the docket here. Where did I leave that here? Let's talk about the Back for Blood beta, guys. That's been out for a couple of days. People had a chance to play it, hearing lots of good things about it, mostly good as opposed to disappointment or bad. So who's had a chance to play it? What do you like about it? What do you think they need to fix? And, is this genre sort of dying? Is this a little too late, or you think this is the kind of thing that could reignite it just a little bit? It's hard to say on that front, but who wants to take who wants to step up to the plate on this one?
I didn't get to play it, but I'll tell you, I know the fruit doesn't act right, so there's that for the trolls out there that give a fuck about that sort of thing. But no, when I got a chance to watch you guys, man, it just looked like fun. Were you talking about like the kind of like asynchronous multiplayer, like kind of? I don't know, because this one isn't exactly asynchronous because it's not just one monster versus humans. It's like a bunch of zombies versus a bunch of humans.
Yeah,
so, but was that what you were talking about?
It's an upgrade at Left 4 Dead, but I mean the whole zombie genre as a whole. I mean, this game they call them the hell they call them in this game. They always have different names in different games, but
they call them something else.
End of the day, it's Walking Dead with mutated fucking monsters and all sorts of weird shit. I mean, for the better part, like you said, this is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. It feels very similar in many facets. Graphics and play control, I think, were spot on in this one. Obviously, the characters. They seem like there's a lot more characters. There's a lot more stuff in this game. There's obviously customization and sort of a loot-based system in there as well. So, I'll talk more about it in a bit, but I want to know how you guys feel about for the Back 4 Blood.
I'll jump on it if no one else is jumping on it. I didn't play it because I didn't pre-order it, and well, for obvious reasons, it's coming into Game Pass. So why the hell would I pre-order it, right? So. I didn't play it, but what I did watch, and I did actually listen to a couple of people. Actually, Wilmy Hood was talking about it on Iron Lord's podcast on Sunday, and I listened to that, and it was really interesting. It's not just a run and gun. Like, it's not just like, all right, guys, let's just go in there and like just spray everything with machine gun fire. Like he said, you actually have to like go in with a plan and be like, okay, you go over there, you have to go over there, you shoot up top, you watch over here, stand over here, because you can turn on friendly fire, which is lunacy, but it is a thing. So you could do that and stuff. And I'm like, that's interesting. What I also found interesting, I liked, is that basically, you're right, Noof. It's basically a Left 4 Dead remake. Not remake, excuse me, like almost like a continuation, but it's got the mechanics of a game that's 14 years or 13 years later by adding stuff like progression of your weapons. You can add attachments. You know what I mean? To make the weapons better.
Outside of
like that's fantastic. And anyways, I'm in day one, and it's first person, so that's a thing for me. I like that. I don't like. You remember what the hell was that one? World War Z. Like that was okay for like a little bit. It was kind of with the third person like character in front of you. It was kind of clunky, and it wasn't. It was a little bit. I don't know, janky. It almost seemed a little janky, a little clunky, whatever. This one seemed to have more of that smoother Call of Duty Battlefield-ish kind of feel to it, right? So like it'd be, maybe the controls would be more intuitive. So anyways, either way, I'm in day one, man. That sounds like a lot of fun. And the fact that you actually have to strategize is even better. I don't like over strategizing. Like if you're playing like what the hell is that? Rainbow Six. I fucking hate that shit. We're like, like when guys start dropping like military terms while you're fucking playing. And I'm like, dude, you live in your fucking basement. Like, what are you doing? Tell me. He's like, dude, get the Delta quarter 569 0800. And it's like, dude, just cut it the fuck out. You're a 50-year-old virgin living in your mother's basement, okay? You're not fucking Captain America. All right? So just take it easy. This seems like what Wilmy was talking about. This seems like the kind of thing where he's like, okay, you got to go in here. We're going to shoot up, we're going to shoot that water tower over there. We're going to shoot, whatever, the hinges on the bridge to make the bridge go down. You stand over there. I'm going to go over here. We'll fire in this direction, whatever. That sounds like fun to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would never play it with randoms. I think that playing with randoms would probably really piss me off because you just go in there and they just fucking just run and shoot everything and cause mayhem, and then you won't get anywhere. So I'd play with you guys. That'd be fun. And it'd be like, hey man, let's do this. Depending on how Noof's road rage is that day. I've heard him on a Gears game rage once. Holy shit. Yeah, that was scary and funny. Why the fuck do we keep fucking dying in the fucking wall when it's getting stuck in the fucking wall? I was holding my breath. Anyways, I would play it with you guys. Sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm all in for it. So, but either way, like I said, the open beta is later this week. I believe it's on Thursday. Is it not? The 12th?
Yes, the correct.
Yes. So you know what? I'll give it a go. I'm not much of a beta guy, even though I beta test for Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I do get paid for that. But other games, like I'm not really a beta guy because I don't really want to spoil the game. I want to be like I want to get that final polished product. Well, seemingly or hopefully a polished product day one. Right. Yeah. So, but I mean, I will give this a try. I'll go a couple rounds. I'll play like an hour or two. So anyways, I'm in, man. I'm excited. Sorry, one last thing. I was going to say one last thing is that you were saying, do you think that this genre is dead? I actually think that this may bring that genre back if it's successful enough. And when you've got 20 million plus eyeballs in Game Pass already there, odds are pretty good. The numbers will be up, but it'll be interesting because it's going to be going up against Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo.
Yeah.
All first-person games. And this, right? So it's got a lot to prove with those big titans staring you down.
Thing is, Noof, you said the graphics were good, and I've seen a couple posts on Twitter complaining heavily about the graphics and the quote-unquote, interactivity of the world. So I want to flush this narrative down the toilet, and then I want to ask your opinion on it, Noof.
Sure.
But, most games will, and this comes from this guy, Michael Does Life. He says, let's be honest, Back 4 Blood is on Game Pass for a reason. Imagine spending $60 on this. Zero details, zero immersion, zero care. And I retweeted this and said, imagine thinking a game is bad or not worth $60 because every item in the game doesn't have reactionary physics. I think this is a very bad take. And the thing is, most games will not have completely reactive physics on most objects in the world because you clowns have no idea how much time the devs save by making, cheap assets in the world that have nothing to do with the game. So it's like, why not? Why would you spend extra time and effort when you're a developer into the corner of a map that has a fucking fruit stand?
Exactly. Well said. You're not going for ultra realism here. This isn't a simulator. When have zombie games ever been simulators? We're not going up to stick the keys on a car ignition during a zombie fight and figuring out if the engine fucking starts. We're not worried about if a piece of fruit explodes halfway down the road, or if the clothes on the laundry line fucking float back and forth in the wind. Nobody's paying attention to that shit other than idiots. We're playing this to shoot these living dead creatures, monsters, things that are threats to us in the environment. No more, no less. It's about run and gun. It's about tactical decisions. It's, I get it. There's levels of immersion, that sort of thing. And if you're playing a game like Flight Simulator, if you're playing something that's meant to be ultra realistic, I get it, perhaps more so. But in a game like this, which is based on, fiction, that sort of stuff like this, it's a made up world, made up characters, made up environments. Who really cares about that kind of stuff? You know what I mean? Certainly not me. Graphics wise, look, this game, I've seen there's probably better games out there, but it's by no means a bad looking game. I think it looks really damn good. It's very clean. It runs very smooth. During the beta, I think I had virtually no hiccups that I could think of. Which is a big rarity too. It's not like I was falling through floors and shit was disappearing and stuff like that. I didn't see a whole lot of glitches on my own personal runs. I had a chance to play with some people that are in the chat tonight. Shout out to Cerebral Paul and Assassin Lupa, Chaos Theory. We got to play some, and we had a hell of a good time. And my first playthrough was deceiving because my first playthrough I played with some randoms off of the PC. And they were pretty nice because a couple of the guys actually had mics and they communicated pretty good. We were having a pretty good time. But it seemed like it was just, at first, it was like, where's all the big enemies? Because all I'm seeing is the regular, NPC kind of zombies. And we were breezing through like the first few chapters with very little, it seemed like, threat to our health. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. But then I played with Cerebral Paul and Assassin Lupa and Cassiri, and either we sucked really bad or the game got way more increasingly difficult, which I'm going to side on the latter, because every run through that we did, stuff came out in different areas, just like the old Left 4 Dead, where there were some predictable spots. There's one right in the very first chapter and you've seen it on the trailers where this big hulking dude comes up out of the ground. That one seems to be a scripted part that it's happened every single time we play it. But outside of that, the other enemies that are in the level, like they definitely don't. 1 minute there might be less in one area, 1 minute there's more in an area. A door that you could unlock before on that first playthrough is now a door that's completely shut, and you can't open it on the next one. So if you were hoping to go back and get that nice little loot crate and go, well, I remember that house up here. Remember we unlocked that when there's stuff inside it? Guess what? It may not even be there on the next run. So, it makes you, makes you want to load up when you get to the safe houses, load up on your type of weapons and stuff, and try to diversify your characters. Make sure that people have got a defibrillator, make sure somebody's got the extra ammo crate, or make sure, those little things like that, because trust me, you're going to need some of it when the going gets tough, and it will get tough in certain spots. And we weren't even playing on the higher difficulties, which I heard are just absolutely nuts. But yeah, stuff definitely comes out at very randomized parts. And so you just can't walk in and go, I know what happens here. No, you don't know what happens here. It's going to change. The level itself doesn't change, but the way the enemies interacted, I really enjoyed what I played of it. Like Casket Repair said, it's big, goofy, fun shoot 'em up. Is exactly what it is. It is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. It feels like it in most ways. The biggest difference is more options, more characters, more loot stuff, and it doesn't necessarily mean you can't kill stuff or whatever, but like you get some better weapons, some different color weapons that do have more power. So if you're lucky to get, say, a purple based weapon, you're going to go up and maybe kick some ass instead of getting your ass kicked a little bit more, those sorts of things, so I think it's pretty cool. I like what they're going for. It does get harder in the co-op, as Iceman says. I think it's a great little game, and honestly, if it wasn't in Game Pass, I would say it was worth your full price admission, in my personal opinion. It was definitely worth it for Left 4 Dead back in the day. So why is this one not worth it?
Yeah, crazy.
Left,
Crazy Greek said in the chat. He said, "I think the dude never played Last of Us 2. So much of that game and most of it doesn't interact." Which, yes, that's true. Someone else did a video about it. A response video making fun of the person that came up with this narrative. But he said most of it doesn't look good anyway, unless it's the main character on the screen. And yeah, that's true, Crazy Greek dude. My thing is, I really want to squish this because we're starting to see more and more of this garbage. And let me know in the chat, like, how pathetic is it to you guys that, a guy shoots like a light and it doesn't, go out or whatever. And he's basically calling the game, not worth $60. He shot he also shoots a window and it just breaks, kind of weird. So just let me know, like, 1 being not that pathetic, or 10 being, the maximum fanboy pathetic narrative. Let me know what you guys think of this in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't recall that big broad in The Last of Us 2 that her tits were moving around when she was having sex on the boat. So
Noob's gonna notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't see any jiggle physics, so the game was fucking suck.
It's trash.
Oh God, the old God of Wars had hey, speaking of the new God of War, where's the naked chicks? What the fuck happened? He went to fucking Norse mythology and then became a monk? What the fuck happened?
I know,
there?
eh?
Oh, I didn't bang anybody in that fucking game. It's the biggest reason I keep that game from getting 10. Come on, he didn't even take the turtle out for a ride. What the fuck on? Come on now. The big tree turtle. Come on.
All 10s. Jeez, Pete.
Hey, because that's like a real life lesson, guys. Let that be a lesson to people in the real world. Once you have a fucking kid, sex diminishes.
Yeah.
So
once you have a family, that's it. That's what happens.
Yeah. See, Kratos in the first 3 went from getting pussy to becoming a pussy.
Well, at least we know he got
that for
some
Tony
somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Remember
I
that?
don't.
You used to have threesomes and shit,
Yeah.
like all the other games and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, that a boy.
Meg, apparently the only wood that Kratos had in the last game was when he lifted that tree from the opening. Shit, sorry. Couldn't help myself.
So back to the zombie game for a minute. I'm not.
Go ahead, Mac.
Sorry, we
ahead,
got
Jack.
distracted by video game threesomes.
Yeah, all good. That's what it was all about, right?
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, so I'm not overly familiar with the game. I did see some gameplay and stuff online, but we're talking zombies and guns, and that strategy side of things sounded really intriguing. So I'll be there day one. Huge fan of State of Decay 2. So love zombie stuff. So let's get at it.
Yeah, and they do have a stamina meter. I don't know if that was in Left 4 Dead, but like basically too, like if you're trying to sprint the whole time, and there are certain enemies that get pretty close and pretty fast, and there's one guy that got a huge freaking hand, and if he grabs you, you're fucked unless your teammate gets you down. That's it. Once he grabs Holy, he's squeezing the living piss out of you, and he can catch up to you in a hurry. He's gigantic, and once he reaches out, that's it. So so like your sprint is limited too, so you can't just like be bolting around like, oh, I'm just gonna run away from these guys, because once you get tired, your dude gets really slow, and those zombies will swarm the shit out of you.
When I watched you guys were doing like the co-op. You guys were doing the co-op, and I'm very interested in the multiplayer, like the player versus player aspect of this. Did you do any of that, Noof?
I never got a chance to touch the versus side. No.
All right. That's what I'm really interested in, because that's got to be a balancing issue. That you're talking about, the stamina, that had to be an addition for the PvP aspect.
Yeah, it wasn't Link bad stamina, but
no, I was watching it, and yeah, I saw Cerebral Paul run out of stamina a couple times, and he like couldn't even make, he ran out of stamina, he couldn't make a jump across, and that's when he got stuck under the map or whatever. But yeah, running out of stamina looks like a bastard. But I wish we would have played the PvP. Next time, play the fucking PvP.
Freejack, go ahead, man. Continue what you're saying.
Oh, that was pretty much it. As I said, I'm guns and zombies. I'm there. So let me know when you guys are playing co-op again. You said there's a beta Thursday.
Open beta.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
So maybe give that a try. Then we'll see.
Yeah, well, if it's the same, stuff, it's 26 gigabytes, I think, to download.
Well, I got lots of gigabits here. No worries there.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet, man. You should do an impromptu community game night on that if you can do it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
if you can make that happen.
Yeah. I don't know how that versus works. I'll have to check it out. But I mean, you can play 4 on the co-op side of things.
I would imagine 4-on-4. I would imagine.
Yeah, I think.
Does anyone know in the chat? Let us know.
Yeah, if anybody's tried it in the chat, let us know. Cool beans.
I could do it I actually, now that we're talking about it, I could do it Thursday. Friday, I'm on Mav's show on Fun Speculation, and then Saturday I'm out. So, but yeah, Thursday and Sunday, let's do it up if anybody wants to check it out with me.
Sounds good.
I'll be down for it.
Probably Sunday evening, because I'm pretty busy. I'll be busy all day Saturday. I won't even be doing community game night this week because I got some stuff to attend to, and on Sunday morning I'm got a few plans too. So
yeah, so let's get that tweeted out for Thursday, and we'll set that up for anyone who wants to join.
We'll do, guys. We'll do.
Yeah, Thursday would work for me as well, but not the weekend.
Absolutely. Thursdays is.
All right.
We're going to need at least 4 humans for me to shove my giant hand up their ass while I'm a zombie.
Let's get to that safe house.
I don't know if I want to go to a safe house with that voice. That doesn't sound safe. Now, do me a huge favor. Ask me if I want any candy.
Would you like any candy there, Mr. Yeah. Come to my safe house. I have non-exploding fruit in my safe house.
Noob's like, do you want to come to the quote-unquote safe house?
Safe house. New voice, safe house guy.
Safe house. I never want to leave it.
Sir, why do you do air quotes every time you say safe house?
Yeah, right.
Let's go to the safe house.
Oh, no reason. Yeah.
Next week's secret word for the podcast is safe house. maybe somebody from this safe house will take on Titan Drago and try to get out of this safe house.
Sounds like an
Sound like
Adam
fucking-
character.
Sound like a hornier version of like the fucking Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, there you go.
The horny Crypt Keeper.
Horny Crypt Keeper.
Oh my. Well, if you've been a complete boner for most of your life, you'd be horny too. Especially stuck in a box with a bag of Viagra. There's nobody to take it out on. God damn it.
Get me the fuck out of this thing.
Dude's got another alter ego, man.
Yes, they almost put me in one of those large gold ones one time, and I nearly took the fucking top off of the Viagra. They tried to mummify me once with the bandages and the stick.
Don't mind the dildos in the safe house.
Stay wide away from the brown one.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. All right, we got a new character invented tonight, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's an awesome one. Call him Safe House.
Yeah. Hey, Safe House, how's it going, buddy?
Safe house. Damn. Oh shit.
Jesus.
Where were they? Where the fuck were we?
I don't know. Talking about safe houses
we
and
gotta ask our,
Black Back for Blood.
I've got to ask our Freejack AI here. He's supposed to keep us back on track, remember?
We were just finishing up the Back for Blood.
Yes.
On to the
Back for Blood. Okay. Oh
Thank
shit.
you, sir.
Fuck, I don't think I had any more fucking topics, did I? No, I think that's pretty much it.
We
All
could
right, back
talk
to
a little
Safe
bit
House
about
guy.
the Call of Duty.
What Call of Duty?
They released a little bit of info about the game. Mag, did you see this?
But the new
No,
one?
I didn't see anything about it, but
I think
please,
it was-
pray tell.
I think it was on an earnings call. They started talking about the next Call of Duty, and they said it is set in the past. I believe more specifically, it was World War II. They released the garbage code name for it, which won't actually be the name of the game. So that's
The
kind
code
of
name is garbage.
a garbage, the garbage name for it. It's not actually garbage.
Wouldn't it be funny if that actually was the code name?
It might
They're
as
telling
well
the
be.
investors, they're like, the new Call of Duty, the code name right now is garbage. And the investors are like, like, hey, Jeff, should we be investing in this fucking thing?
No, but you know what? In this call, like the remarks they were making were incredibly, like, kind of like, just full of themselves. Like they got it all together. It's like nothing's wrong. They're living. I'm telling you, that company is living in a la land right now. They think that everything is going as planned. And like you said, how many times have we said it? Like we still, like, I got to get this from a fucking conference call. They have not released anything publicly yet.
How long have I been complaining about this? Since like April?
At least
I've been
a couple
saying,
months.
Where the fuck is the Call of Duty reveal? Because they always reveal in May. Always. Or sometimes first week of June. But it's always before the summer goes down. Right? So it's like, where the fuck is it? It's now August, and in 3 weeks, for Christ's sake, not even, well, yeah, about 2.5 weeks, it's gonna be Labor Day. What the fuck are they gonna do? Introducing Call of Duty comes out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
they were
don't have
talking
much fucking time.
And they were talking about how it's still gonna be integrated with Warzone. And they were saying, and in the same sentence, they said it was going to be robust. In the same fucking sentence. There is so many fucking hackers. I'm seeing it more and more every day that people are leaving Call of Duty because of hackers. And they cannot get that. How are you going to call anything with any type of confidence robust when you're linking it with Warzone, which needs to be redone from the ground up? That thing, my God, whoever does the updates to that game, they need to start from the ground up or something. Something needs to fundamentally change about the programming of Warzone. And until that fucking happens, who's going to be buying the next Call of Duty? Not me. Are you guys?
I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. I'll wait. I'll do what I did with Infinite Warfare, which is ironic because I actually ended up loving Infinite Warfare. But I didn't want to play like any space battles or whatever the fuck was going on in that game. But it actually ended up being a really interesting concept, and I fucking adored the actual campaign. I just waited till spring, and I got it for like 60% off. Like fuck it, I just waited. Like right now, you could buy Cold War for $30. You know what I mean? I paid $100 for that last year. And but here's the thing, I'm not getting it for multiple reasons. One, yeah, they're tying it to Warzone again, whatever. But the thing is, what did I just say about like an hour ago? You've got Back for Blood, first-person shooter, okay, with zombies. I'm happy with that. You've got Halo, first-person shooter, campaign and multiplayer. You've got Battlefield, which I'm not going to get either because I still think Battlefield's coming to Game Pass. But either way, Battlefield is there, okay, first-person shooter. You've got Far Cry 6, open world, first-person shooter. You've got Dying Light 2, open world, first-person zombie game. Like, I don't need them. See, the thing is, I do get this thirst. Like every 6 months or so, I want to get back into like a first-person shooter kind of thing and just kind of zone out and crank up the headphones and have some fun. I'm not interested in it. And Fastback, I saw what you said in the chat, by the way, about alternate timeline World War II. Yeah, it's called fucking Wolfenstein. We've got 2 of them already, 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Like, can you imagine if Call of Duty actually does this, and you've got Wolfenstein doing it so much fucking better? Because their campaigns are remarkable. But anyways, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Call of Duty this year, and like I said, I'm gonna hold off on Battlefield because I don't think, first of all, that's $100 again because you got to pay for that, then you got to pay for the season pass, and I'm like, if it doesn't, if it's going up against all this competition and doesn't hit the sales numbers they want, it's going to either drop in on Game Pass by Christmas or it's going to be in the vault by fucking January. Yeah. And guess what? The EA vault is in Game Pass.
The crazy
thing is, the game for free.
The crazy thing is, though, is the educated gamer, which I call us educated gamers, meaning that we're in the know, like we follow gaming religiously, we do podcasts about this stuff, are kind of worn out on the Call of Duty shenanigans, so to speak. This sort of stuff. We're not buying what they're laying down. In other words, we make smart, educated decisions most of the time, and it sounds like, from what I'm hearing from you guys, that that's going to be the case here. But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Call of Duty is going to go out and it's going to sell millions of copies to that Fortnite crowd, as it always does. Who that's pretty much the only game they play like 90% of the friggin' year is Call of Duty or Call of Duty Warzone, et cetera, et cetera. And like, that's where Call of Duty's got locked in now, and that's their freaking audience. And for me personally, I love the campaigns. I'm hoping they have another stellar campaign. Would love to play another great campaign, but I think that's soon going to get wiped. They're going to soon probably start nixing those all together. And unfortunately, like I said, and if they're going to start doing this crap where you're going to sell you the game, but then they're going to keep adding on the Warzone as that free, non-deletable freaking content, I am out. As soon as somebody tells me that's in there, I'm done. I'm not buying another Call of Duty game, period.
Yep, there will be 3 Call of Duty games jumbled up in that trash, which is already, it's like, I like the fact that when they first came out with that idea, I was like, I like that idea. Bringing over Warzone, keeping Warzone, it is what it's its own entity. I love that, but they've got to get a hold of their own game, and they simply can't do it. So it's a fail. So that has to get redone completely. But Noof, you were mentioned about the, it's going to sell all these copies, to the Fortnite crowd. I'm glad you said that, because my son wanted the last COD, and I tried and tried and tried and tried to talk him out of it. He played the campaign and beat it, so at least he got that out of the game. But like after a week or two, he's like playing like 5 other shooters other than that. It's like, no matter how hard I tried to convince him, he still wanted it because, the previous games were so good, at least for a time, that, that newness gets a hold of gamers when it comes to COD like no other. It's just got that grip on millions of gamers.
Well, you know why? It's also simple. Like, there's no advanced mechanics in that game that really require much brain power, to be quite honest. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that, like, for example, if I'm playing a game and it's got what I call first-person shooter Call of Duty buttons, which are, it's become the standard thing, right? Left triggers aim, right trigger shoot, grenade or whatever is one of the bumpers. Crouch is B, whatever, right? You know what I'm talking
A
about.
Is jump.
And A is jump, that kind of thing, whatever, right? And so
Y is emoji.
and then Y is to change your weapon, whatever, right? We all know what it is. So I think that it becomes almost robotic in a way, and it's certainly automatic. It's like a muscle memory or reflex memory. You don't have to think about it. So people are able to pick it up very quickly and just play. And that's just just the way it is. So I think that the popularity of that, and plus it's got a very simple game loop. Yeah. Right. So it's not as involved as getting into a 140-hour campaign on fucking AC Valhalla.
Yeah.
Right. Where this is the kind of thing you could pick up and drop anytime. And you know how fucking kids are and young people are. They'll pick up and drop for fucking half an hour and they'll fuck off and they'll go do something else. And then they'll pick up something else and they'll pick up something else. That's just the way it goes. And the other thing is Call of Duty is going to be very popular this year for another reason. Because of all the shenanigans with Activision Blizzard that people are talking about over the last couple of weeks, including us, and whatever else. 95% of people out there have no fucking clue what's going on over there.
That's true.
It's only us because we pay attention to the video game industry. You got people on Twitter going, I'm boycotting it. Yeah. That's great. Good for you. That's fine. You made a stand, and that's cool. I have no problem with that. But you realize that 95% of the other people in the fucking world have no clue that Activision Blizzard managers were making women crawl on all fours under desks. You know what I'm saying? And do stupid shit, whatever the hell else was going on over there. They don't know. All they see is Call of Duty shows up on the shelf or it shows up on their screen in the store, the digital store, and they buy it.
Some of that stuff did make it into mainstream media, though, and they took a shit kicking on the stock market, too.
Yeah.
So,
they did, yes. But it's not going to affect your average Call of Duty player who has no fucking clue or doesn't give a shit.
And you know what?
They're going to turn on their PS5. Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
I was just going to say that they're going to turn on their PS5, their Xbox, or whatever they're playing on. They're going to see the new Call of Duty release, and they're just going to buy it. They don't pay attention to the news.
Yeah. And I was just going to add, if you love Call of Duty and that's your jam and that's what you want to buy and play, look, nobody here is giving you grief for it. By all means, snap up the latest copy, play the living shit out. That's what makes you happy, then go for it. I think the biggest thing from my perspective is I'm an old Call of Duty fan. I remember when the games were simplistic. I mean, going back to the 360 era and playing Call of Duty 2 and how it blew my mind and how that game was so basic in terms of where the franchise has gone since then. And I get it, things evolve, but it's also gotten to the point where the franchise has sort of lost some of that integrity, where it's got a little bit stupid. It's kind of got watered down. The campaigns are great for the most part, like I said, but the multiplayer has become another entity onto itself. I can't remember the last. Well, I did. I love the Modern Warfare, the latest, like the one from 2 years ago. I love that campaign. I thought it was stellar. The multiplayer was damn good for a while, like I said, until they started adding a lot of crap to it that almost started to break the game. Up until then, the one that still stands out to me was Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare, when it came out in 2007 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and how just, how back in the day, how those games were those games at that point in time were even considered Game of the Year contenders. And I can't remember the last time a Call of Duty game has even been in that conversation. And that tells you something.
Do you remember when it was Game of the Year time? And I said, why not Call of Duty? Why not Modern Warfare? Because I thought Modern Warfare should have easily, but it's just they've been getting snubbed, and I don't know why they really get snubbed. That one got snubbed. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, Modern Warfare, that got snubbed for sure.
It did, because it was a great campaign. It looked phenomenal. They changed the engine for the first time in fucking a decade.
Mm-hmm. They did everything that the gamers wanted. They had, like you said, changed the engine, added the a fucking fantastic battle royale, best one hands down, and then just cheaters got their hands on it and they couldn't do anything about it. And the thing is, what Newf, you were saying, you kind of gave like a public statement. We're not here to down the COD lovers out there. Hell, I love COD probably more than anyone here.
Yeah,
I hate on what they're doing because I love the game. Just like Noof said like a couple weeks ago, like with Nintendo. Like we're starting to really get frustrated with these with Call of Duty and with Nintendos because we really love them. We grew up with them and we love we love Call of Duty.
The danger with these franchises, just like a movie franchise, a lot of times is they're so dead set on getting new dollars or new fans that they often shit on and sort of desecrate the people that got them there. Do you know what I'm saying? They're so concentrated on, well, you got to get that 13-year-old that spends countless money on their cell phone game to get them to play our shit, instead of going, well, what about the 10 plus million people that put this franchise on the map when it was no skins and no emojis and no bullshit, just a pure shooter at heart. I've said this many times. I feel Gears of War is guilty of that too. They're taking that off to a point now where it's starting to get like, it doesn't feel gritty anymore. It's starting to feel like a fucking circus. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, I had all this crap and all these seasons and all these colorful, camouflage pink and green pants and weird ass. Like, what the hell is that? To me, that's not Gears of War. That's crap to suck in a whole new fan base. I guess at the end of the day, it still plays good for me, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to have a little integrity sometimes. It's like, be who you are. If, be successful and stop worried about trying to be ultra successful and appealing to people that your game never was intended for to begin with. That's the thing. It's like, you can't take an R-rated property and try to water it down until it's G-rated so it's everybody's flavor of the week. That's what I'm saying.
One more big thing. There was a video I watched this last week that had a really good theory about Call of Duty Warzone and why they haven't stopped the cheating. It came down essentially to the investors, and Call of Duty, they have banned over 100,000 cheaters. And the reason why this guy didn't think anything was getting taken care of is because they're constant. All right, so they banned someone, right? And then what do you know? There's a new player that pops up online. A new player. And that's what it's all about. Oh, there's all these new players coming into the fold. They don't realize that, over 100,000 people are cheating at this game and getting banned. They don't look at that. They're just looking at, oh my God, a new wave of players just came in. A new wave of players just came in. We're going to fucking make, and I'm sure they're making their money hands down anyways. But it's like, I don't know how, I'm kind of frustrated for a lot of gamers and how they didn't quit on this game. Like, I gave it far too long. I gave them every fucking opportunity before I fucking uninstalled that game. Mm-hmm. And I still got, Shameless Games in the chat. Mm-hmm. I used to love playing with that dude. I'm like, dude, I deleted it, man. I can't take that shit no more. It's not fun playing a game where there's just fucking, you got a really good percentage of there being some cheater, and it's just going to piss me off. I'd rather fucking play Smite, where at least people aren't cheating, and I'd rather just have shitty teammates,
I think that's the situation that happens with every game that becomes ultra popular, is that obviously increases the chance of people trying to, again, do that douchebaggy stuff. So we got a super chat coming in. This one from Royal Boyle, and I'm going to get our new buddy to read this one out here, Mr. Safe House Sam over here. Safe House, you want to read this one out from our good friend Royal Boyle?
Sorry I'm late. I just wanted to always show my God family love and support. That's right. From the casket to the grave, I won't behave. Yes, let's do this, people. $5 from Royal Boyle. Thank you, sir. I can buy a pack of condoms with that shit. Yeah. Fucking who needs condoms anyway? STDs are the way to go. Tony Maloney will tell you that.
Tony Maloney.
He's on deck here any minute now.
Tony, you there?
I think he's AWOL. We'll have to keep talking while
he's still putting his panties on, eh?
He's probably still trying to find his pipe.
Where did I put my pipe at?
That could be a substitute in his household when something else goes missing. You never know.
Chef Trouble, Noof and Titan are talking shit. Where's my pipe?
Yeah, we had Chef Trouble. No Chef Trouble in the house tonight. What's going on there?
Maybe
he locked
his wife came calling, maybe. Yeah.
Well, while we're waiting, what was the last time, or when was the last time you cared about the Call of Duty franchise? What was the last game perhaps that stood out in your mind?
Oh, I've never played Call of Duty. That's not my thing at all.
What?
Yeah, no, never got into it ever. I've always been more of a Halo guy, and just stayed away from Call of Duty. Watch my stepson play it quite a bit, but Yeah, no, never got into it.
So you like Halo? So you like the like kind of more like arcadey kind of things, like
Yeah.
versus the realism.
I do. I have played Rainbow Six with a buddy of mine who's got a bit of a military background, but we weren't playing against. We were just playing against the bots and stuff, so it wasn't,
Okay.
But I thought that was really cool with all the tactics involved in that. But I'm just so goddamn slow now. Like I just don't have that reaction.
That's true.
I don't know. I think it's gotten worse. To be honest. So I'll be interesting to see how long I stick with Halo Infinite once that comes out and see. But it just gets too sweaty and I just too slow.
I think the thing is with Halo, I think that's gonna be something that you're gonna pick up with like Noof and like your friends and stuff, and it's like gonna overcome that like the sweatiness of some randoms. You know what I mean?
I hope so. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for it because I'd really love to get back into that magic with Halo and
you know what?
That type of gaming again.
You know what they need is ranked rocket races, man. That would be fucking a fantastic game mode. You guys ever do the rocket races back in the day? Those were fucking. That was like my favorite game mode.
How did that work? I don't remember playing that one.
Remember you were on the little four-wheelers, and you had one dude driving and one dude shooting rockets.
Oh.
And like you could like not, you can like make them crash and stuff. Oh my god, that was so fun.
I'm sure there'll be lots of that kind of stuff coming to Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Let me tell you something, Titan. You know what it's called? It's called Mario Kart, scumbag.
Come back on the camera when you can pronounce Mario correctly.
Oh, and by the way, just so you know, Tony Baloney heard every single word that you guys said. I was having some wardrobe malfunctions, and I can still hear you shit-talking me with the headphones that were sitting on the desk. And by the way, in case anybody's wondering, no, I'm not wearing my felt suit tonight. I'm wearing something very special. And Mike Mullet and crew, Fastback, and HDK 360 and the rest of them gave me this shirt right here. Take a look.
Nice.
Next level
Original
gaming.
Next Level Gaming shirt. Ridiculously long name, but at least it fit on the shirt.
He's got to like put words up and down and left and right and side to side. You can diagonal, you name it, to fit all that on that shirt.
There you go, Mike Mullet.
Titan
You
in
got
that
some free
shirt,
advertising right here. Look, I
that shirt
can't
looks
even
like
do the
Next
back,
Level
otherwise I'll pull the
Wadcast.
microphone out of the cord.
What'd you say, New?
I said a shirt. Didn't it say Next Level Wadcast?
Well, that's what this is turning into. Now, let me get into some business over here. First things first. Titan Drago, ridiculous. The start of the show, Magic the Gathering, Smite, Railway Tycoon, all these fucking games. This Mario Kart game that you're talking about right now. I'm revoking your gaming card. And let me tell you something else. At the beginning of the show, you lost power. Well, guess what? You just lost our respect as well. Unbelievable.
How does one go about earning their gaming card back?
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen anytime soon. And also, speaking of Titan, with that botting earlier in the show, unbelievable. You should have been an extra on Banjo-Kazooie.
Should have been Tom Nook, eh?
That's going to be the new game, Banjo-Kazooie and Titan. Ray tracing. 60 frames. Ridiculous. And Doggy Dog, by the way, I see you still in the chat there, scumbag. Let me tell you something. Fuck you and your gamer score. Okay? I'm coming after you because you've been beating the mag week after week, month after month. It's starting to piss me off. So I already got 6,000 gamer score. And you know what? Save your money on the super chats because you're going to have to go buy yourself one of those Reda Leica games for like, 1,000 points in 5 minutes to try and beat me. So that's the way it's going to go. And yes, I'm calling you out. Something else. What else was I going to talk about here? Oh, by the way, Noof, that new voice. The safe room guy. Let me tell you something. That sounds like my grandmother at the casino after 8 cocktails. Hit me again, you 7-card stud.
Does anybody know I've left my bra? It was on earlier, but now I'm gonna pick my tits up from the floor.
See, there it is. That's exactly what she sounds like. One last thing before I get into some questions. Freejack, I know you want to be the personal assistant on Gaming After Dark. You're doing a fantastic job already. But, however, I am going to require your services as my personal assistant. You're going to be my contact tracer for all the VDs that I spread. So I need you to keep a little notebook. I need you to follow behind me and follow me to all of my doctor's appointments, okay? So thank you very much. Yes. Sure. Anyways, let's get into some questions here tonight.
Yeah, we do. We got a super chat coming in from the doctor. And for the first time ever, he doesn't say that you got to go check your DMs. He says, hey, Tony Baloney, I asked my girlfriend if she wanted to try anal sex today. She said, Go do your effing X. Think she's warming up to an open relay? Do those work?
Let me tell you something, Doctor. Clearly, you know nothing about women. I don't even know how you keep getting them. That's what I don't understand. If she says, go fuck your ex, that is basically an invitation of she's going to dump you, okay? So don't be a fucking idiot, because I like that girl. I know that girl. She's a nice girl. And let me tell you something. Don't be stupid. Don't think about it. If you want anal sex, you just go to Pornhub, you watch it, and pretend it's happening, okay? Or, you know what you could do is, everybody's talking about exploding watermelons and exploding bananas in like Halo and whatever. Why don't you get one of those bananas and then you put your dick inside and watch it explode? And there you go. Okay? It'll feel just like anal sex. No problem. A little squishy too. Perfect. Okay?
Yeah.
So do that. And do not be cheating on that girl. Let me tell you something. And your ex is crazy.
Yeah, he could always get a taxidermist to stuff the ass end of an elk or a fucking deer instead of the head, and then he could just have his way with that for a while.
Exactly. Or why don't you buy yourself a sex doll, for Christ's sake? At least they don't talk back. They always got that surprised look.
Tony, you said his ex was crazy. Why is she crazy? What did she do?
Trust me, she's fucking insane. I know her for many years. She's fucking crazy. That's all I'm going to say about that. Any other
throw
questions?
Tony in the doghouse.
Oh, yeah.
In my life, I wish my name was insane because everybody's always fucking him.
There we go. Safe house guy is in the house. Air quotes. Safe house. Yeah.
Come to the safe house.
Safe House Sam. All right.
Safe house Sam. That's a good name. I like that name. Does anybody else have any questions for Tony Baloney before I head off
We
for
had
the
one
evening?
from Jesse Derby. Where was he? Left the question. Where the hell is it? Something about if you had a gamer score, what would it be? Yeah, Tony,
My
if you had a
gamer
gamer
score,
score, what would it be?
My gamer score is always the same, 69. That's it. It never goes up, never goes down, and never goes forward, never goes backwards. Always 69. It's the only way to go.
Tony, how would you change Call of Duty for the better?
By not having it. Next question.
You
Nice
can't
man.
have that for every goddamn game. A world with Tony is a world without games. Let me tell you, no Smite, no Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Come
You
on,
know,
Tony.
Good games.
You're killing me.
Iceman
Well, hey.
says, "Hey Tony, are sex dolls real women?"
Well,
He's got to think about that one.
yeah, no, that's a tough question to answer. What do you mean, are they real women? Well, of course they're not real women because you know what? The sex dolls don't talk back. Real women are a pain in the ass. They're a pain in the ass because then they say things like, don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you handcuffing me to the bed? What's in my drink? I mean, they ask too many questions. They ask too many questions. They're a pain in the ass. At least the doll, like I said before, they got the same expression. They say the same thing. This. That's it. Fantastic.
Please frame that one. Oh fuck! We have one more question. Who is this from? Where is it? Where is it? This?
What's in my drink?
Infinite says, Tony, do you dye your goatee or is it still brown from all the ass eating?
Ooh.
I do a little bit of both, but as you can see, it's extra dark today because let's face it, the middle-aged game guy doesn't have that name for no reason. He is getting older and he's getting gray, and I got to look good for all the young ladies out there, especially when my wife is not home. So, anyways, it's a little bit darker today, but it'll go down to regular dark brown color. And no, it's not from ass. I am not the doctor, and I don't. I tend to not head into that area. Okay. That's for most people that have to deal with me and my personal size. It's an exit only situation. Okay, so let's we'll leave it at that.
Our good friend Freejack, have you got any questions for the exalted one up top there?
What do you feel? How do you feel about zombies? You like killing zombies, that kind of thing?
Well, let me tell you something. I'd love to kill a lot of zombies because as I walk around society these days, I think that 90% of people are fucking zombies. They're just walking around. They're standing at the phones. They're walking into walls. People are scrolling on their phones and falling into fucking fountains and in shopping malls. It's ridiculous. So you know what? Yeah, at some point when the zombie apocalypse hits, it'll look the same as it does now. It'll just be people walking around going, pizza, McDonald's. That's pretty much what's going on. It won't look any different. The only difference is that they'll be talking less. That's all it is, which is actually a good thing. So, in fact, I want a zombie apocalypse to happen because then people will be talking less. I don't have to hear so many stupid things coming out of people's mouth.
Yeah, less cell phone usage for sure.
Oh, my God, it's fantastic. I love watching people Go look it up on YouTube and watch people falling or getting hit by cars in the street because they're looking at their fucking phones. Hilarious. I love it. Zombies would be no different. At least the zombie might actually look up and go, and then get hit. You know? Ridiculous. Well, anyways.
We got one more from our good friend Axel.
Oh,
Tony,
Axel.
we all know Ubisoft suffered from sexual allegations. Was getting snipped part of your agreement to make sure you would be soft and non-threatening?
Oh.
Let me tell you something, asshole 1324 Gaming. That's a fantastic fucking point. Yes, actually, it was part of the agreement. In order to not press charges, I had to be snipped, and therefore I pose no threats to anybody and the staff at all. So actually, yes. And of course, they make me do remote play at home, and they lock me into the house so that I can't get out. Because, yes, you don't want Tony Baloney roaming the halls. It's ridiculous. But absolutely, what a smart idea. Actually, that was a really good question. I can't even lie. I dropped character for a second there because that was fucking great.
I think even Safe House Sam got a little, I don't know what the word fucking, he got a little more.
While Titan's thinking about what to say, check this out.
I
Everybody
am the
tune into
master
Next
of the
Level Gaming podcast.
under cubicle.
Thursday nights, 9
I am the
p.m.
master.
Peace
Next
of
Level
mind.
Gaming podcast. Check him out. Mike Mullet. He's the best.
Safe House Sam got some peace of mind.
Mike Mullet, yes, Mike Mullet's coming to my safe house. Mike Mullet. And I will tell you, amateurs, I am the master of the under cubicle. I have seen more fucking snaps than you would ever see at a whorehouse, and nobody suspected otherwise. My eyeballs were open.
Let me tell you something. Poor Mike Mullet. Can you imagine? I know that he listens to the show sometimes when his wife's watching TV. Can you imagine her listening to this? She probably leans over to him and she goes, "Why the fuck do they call you Mike Mullet all the time? And who's that guy with the creepy voice? Who the fuck are these friends of yours? And why did you buy that asshole a shirt? He can't even say your last name properly." Well, in any case, sounds like Tony Baloney will be signing off for the evening. So I look forward to making fun of everybody else all next week. But remember, once again, obviously, tune into Gaming After Dark, but also, once again, the Next Level Gaming podcast. That's right. Yeah, I'll be wearing the shirt every day. I'll wash it once every 6 months. I'm just going to wear it everywhere. But anyways, Tony Baloney signing off. Have a great evening. Good night.
Tony Baloney, always in fine form, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you will find him back here, same time, same place next week. All righty, that is it, and that is pretty much going to be it for the show. So let's get everybody out of here. The chat's been unbelievable tonight, guys. We had no douche hats in here tonight. That was nice to see. So again, thanks to everybody: Jesse Darby, Stephanie Kingston, Timothy Dixon, Doggy Dog 420. Mike Mullis from the original Next Level Gaming podcast, as well as HTK Fastback. You guys are amazing. Spider-Man 356, my brother Kylo Milo, the Doctor, Iceman, Axel. Man, the list goes on. Too many to catch up with. I hope I gave everybody a shout out tonight. Like I said, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. 70 plus odd in the house. That was fantastic. And we hope you enjoyed this show. I think it was another doozy, as it always is. But until next week, we're going to have to wrap this one up just like a mummy. From Mr. Sam. Let's do this. Let's get out of here and let's start with our amazing and awesome special guest who was able to come in short of notice, but we hope to have him back in the future. And I certainly hope that I can actually get to see him real soon in the future. My good friend Freejack. Let people know where they can at least catch up with you, perhaps, and interact with you on Twitter. I know you like to always correct a few morons every once in a while and sort of at least keep on the safe and narrow.
Yeah, definitely. I'm more of a Twitter person than a microphone person, but I do dabble on this side. It's just not as good at that kind of stuff as what you guys are. So, but thanks for inviting me to be on this side of the speakers once again. It's been great. It's been a little while. I think the last time we did this, we were actually streaming on Mixer and playing Sea of Thieves. So
you're probably right. It's probably been a long time.
So
you bet.
It's been a minute. So no problem. Thanks for having me, and thanks for throwing out the bat signal. And I was just glad I was able to round up some gear and get it all set up and hop in. So thanks again.
Well, it sounded just fine, and hey, your gaming picture looks just great too. We don't even have to look at you. That's great. It's all good. If you've ever seen me on camera, I'm not much to look at. That's for sure. Titan Drago, let's always go with the middle-aged game guy first. Mr. Mag, where can people catch up with you? What you got going on, my friend?
Yes. Well, guys, it was a great show. And instead of responding to everybody individually in the chat, I'm just going to thank you all in one shot here. You guys are all awesome. Thank you guys for supporting us and being here each and every single week. You are family to us. Freejack, you were awesome tonight, man. I fucking love you. I wish I lived closer to Albert. I'd come hang out with you guys too. And Titan and Noof, as always, holding down the fort, laying it down. We had a great show. Yes, you can catch me on Twitter at the Middle Age Game Guy. That's with a GY at the end, of course. And on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, you can find me at all one word, all capitals, because I don't know how to be quiet. I am the Mag. That is correct. You can find me every Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Primetime Gaming with Mr. Boomstick XL and friends. Tuesday nights, tonight, you can find me at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard right here on Gaming After Dark with Noof Nukem, Titan Drago, and always an excellent guest. This Friday, I will be on Mav's Fun Speculation Xbox show, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the next couple of weeks, I will be on the Basement Radio Arcade podcast. So I will be doing that probably somewhere towards the end of the month, somewhere in there. So yes, going to be a busy guy. Got a lot of things. Guys, great show. We'll see you all next week.
Indeed. And to the man who brings the common back to sense, where can people catch up with you? And who gets that common back to sense award tonight?
Everything at Titan Drago, everybody. Twitter, YouTube. I'm gonna try. I might be doing some streaming for those that enjoy some Smite or some. I'll do other games too here and there. But it's crazy. The gaming news is slow, but the comedy gold here never ceases to amaze. I'm gonna tell you. And please tell a friend or two, about the show. Maybe they need a laugh, or and make sure they can handle some vulgar language and not take offense to anything, because our filter is dirty. But you never know where the conversation's going to lead here, and I think that's a good thing. That's what makes a good podcast. But we all need to be a little bit more like the Pure Flack Monkey. Because, kind words from the chat, from a great person in the chat. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you guys coming out and listening to our shenanigans. So until the next time, let's all be a little bit more like Pure Fat Monkey and bring the common back to sense.
That's right, Mr. Noof Nukem, Roy. You brought me into this world of yours now, and I'm not going anywhere. So I just wanted to let you know. I will see you later in the safe house. Make sure that you wear those really baggy gym pants. Yes.
All right, guys. This week's created a new monster in Safe House Sam. If you want him to come back, just let him know. Filters are set to felching, says Crispy Rambo. And there goes Meg. All right.
No, let's not do that.
Shit. And as always, guys, you know where to find me, in the gutter, and probably going to go need some kind of a throat lozenge after that shit. So, all right, but you know where to find me, and obviously back here again next Tuesday, Sunday morning with the Good Morning Xbox podcast. Check that out at that is 9 Eastern and 7 Mountain Time. A great crew over there as well. Definitely a little bit less vulgar and less dirty than this one, but a decent little podcast all the same. Appreciate all the support, everybody that's been here. Those of you who can't catch the show and do catch this on the replay, we appreciate the love and support, live or not. We appreciate it. I get lots of great comments, and we read them and respond to them, and the kind of support we've had is just astronomical. I love it. It's great. Thank you so much for that. It means the world to us. And yeah, we'll see you back here next week. And just a heads up, I will not be that's your tits.
Yeah.
Tits up. There you go. Tits up. We're giving y'all a tits up. There's going to be no community game. And,
So we're using that from now on, by the way.
Tits up, everybody. All right.
Tits up. No community game night next Saturday. I've got some important stuff to take care of, but I will be back the following week. So, yes, until then, keep your tits down, and we'll see you on the next show. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. Uh,
Oh my god.